Hello friends, welcome back to the new tutorial of the Angular. Today we are going to learn about adding a form to your Angular 19 app. Those who haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe my channel, and if you like the video, please do like, share and comment on my video. Let's get started. So here we first of all we are going to create the component file with the method that is ngGenerate component and the component name. So here you can see that in the terminal ng generate component and the component name. Okay, so I'm using the user form. Okay, so add this one and it will generate the respective components and the styles. Okay, so css html spec for the testing and the ts where we can add the logic. Okay, done. So moving to the next one, this is our user form component. So here we need to update that code. So here we have the user form component, user form, and this is our component file. So we have to import the form builder, form group, and the validators from the Angular forms. Okay, and declaring the form group that will hold our form controls name and the email. So here we have the user form group, right? Injecting the form builder service into the components constructor. So, okay, so here we are injecting the form builder service into the components constructor, initializing the user form with the form controls name and the email. So here user form initialization, right? Validators are applied to ensure that the fields meet the required criteria. So here we have added the validations also. Okay, minimum length and the email method to handle the form submission. Whenever there is a submit of the form, check if the form is valid before performing the submit action. Okay, so this dot user form dot valid method will check if the form is valid or not. If the form is valid, then you can call the API and save the data into the respective database. If something went wrong, you will trigger some error message over there. Okay, that the form is invalid. Please complete the validate the form, right? Now we are going to create the form in the template. Okay, so this is the form we have. Form builder use easily to create the reactive form groups with the validators. Form group, this represents the entire form. It contains the same name, only the name and the email fields as controls. Validators apply to ensure that the fields are filled correctly. For example, the name field requires a minimum 3 length of the characters and the email field needs to be a valid email format. On submit, this function check if the form is valid before logging the form data to the console. If the form is valid, it logs that the form is not valid. Okay, this is the form that we have. Let's add this form into our template file. So here we have the template, user template. Yeah, here we have. I'm going to add this template, but make sure it to be work. I need to add one thing, that is router outlet. I need to add the outer outlet over here. Okay, so just add this outer outlet, and in the product component file I need to import some of the modules, reactive form modules, and the common modules also. So in my user form, and here we have the user. Okay, so let's import forms module, because here I need to just import here the forms module and the reactive forms module, because currently here it's showing some of the errors. ng for ngif I need to add the import common modules, right? Common module. Okay, so here I need to also import this, right? So add this common module. Is there any error? Again, the router outlet is there, so I need to add with the router outlet also. So there we have a router. Okay, so here we have a router and the router link. Let's import to these two also. So in our user form component.ts file, let's add this and import it. Okay, so here we are going to add this router outlet and the router link. Okay, and let's see our user form component is ready to use now. Okay, now I'm going to update the routes also, because I need to access this. So in the app routes I'm going to add or import the user form, okay, and now I'm going to use it here. Instead of products, I'm going to use it, okay. So in the products, this template will call, right. So let's start the server, ng serve, okay, and here we go with this. Okay, router link is not used, okay, remove it if it is not used. Here we have the component and it's not usable, okay, so remove it because it throw the error. Save this, let's have a look. Okay, so let's open the link, and here we have the products. So here we have the form. It is disabled because the form is not valid currently, okay. So here we go with this. I'm not adding anything. Three characters, must be at least 3 characters long. Let's add it. Removed. Reactive forms we are using, right. Email, please enter a valid email, test.com. Now the submit form is enabled, and it will says that the form submitted, and here we have the object that is email and the name, okay. Let's see the template file now, okay, because this is we have already discussed this is right. Now we have to go with our template file, right. Okay, so here we have the template file, right. Let me word wrap this. So here we have the form group, okay, user form, ng submit, that is on submit. This is the method that we have to call the form. Here we have the divs and with the respective labels, okay. So ngif user form dot get name, okay, so this is the method to get the name is invalid, or user form dot get name touched, right. So here that the name is required because we have mentioned that this is required, okay. And the length, here we are going to calculate the length also. User form dot get name dot errors a min length, okay. If the length is not matching, so here we are just showing the error that is name must be at least 3 characters long, okay. Same with the case of the email. So user form dot get email is invalid and touched, so email is required. And again, if there is an error with the email format, that will come with the please enter a valid email, okay. And here we have a until or unless it is disabled, the user form is invalid, right. So when the form is valid, it was enabled, and we will submit the form and make the form valid. After the form is submitted, here you can see that we get the data. Now here we are going to call the api and save the data into the database in the next video, okay. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you get the idea like how we can create the form and use it in our Angular application. Any doubt, any query in that, do let me in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day.